Hey guys, so like I said, this is a video of how I personally use dual delays with my current setup. Just so you guys know, I am at the church. I left my stuff at home. Was a busy morning, so I am recording with an iPhone. The audio quality I know is going to be a bit compressed, so I'm going to do the best I can to explain everything. Also, full disclosure, I wore flip-flops here, so I am barefoot. If that freaks you out or whatever, feel free to move on. You will not hurt my feelings. So anyway, let's get into it. What you just heard was me playing through my strat with my Guitar Fetish 60-70 hot pickups. So they're about 7 or 8K in the bridge and in the neck and middle position, and 10K in the bridge. I was using the bridge, the neck pickup right there. DR strings, gravity picks, Guitar Fetish cable, going through all these little gizmos right in here, into the front end of a blackstar HT40. The clean channel, see the gain on that is at about 1 o'clock. The tone is all the way up. Then I come from the effects loop into the rest of my stuff, and then I go back out. A little bit of reverb on the amp, a little bit of, and that's really it from the amp. So anyway, what you just heard was the alter ego, the space echo effect, and quarter notes, and then the analog effect on the DD20 and the DD20 and dotted quarter notes. That gives you this little cool effect. Oops. It's another type of galloping delay. I use that a lot whenever I just want to add a little bit of texture, finger picking. So yeah, I use that a lot. I'll use whole notes on the DD20 a little bit, not often. Let's see, dotted half notes I won't use at all. They're just too long. But let me go and show you what I will do. So for those of you who have both pedals, I will use on the DD20. I use the tape sound a lot. I play a lot with Scott England. Shane Cole, the person who plays with him most of the time, records with him all the time. He loves his tape delay, and it's great. I love, because of him, I have learned to really love it. So what I will do is I'll use a whole note, dual head tape delay, tone pretty much high, effects level high, and feedback high, and I get this type of sound. Anyway, you get the picture. So on that song, there's a portion at the very end where there's a lot of woes going on. It's big. The guitar's playing a riff in the background, but it's not only in the background, it's mixed wet with a lot of effect. So with that, I will actually throw in my copycat delay on here, which is a nice dirty sounding delay. And depending on the night, if we're doing an acoustic set, I'll play it clean. If it's, with a full band, then I'll throw in an overdrive. But on that portion of the song, they just work together a lot. So you can get that type of sound, which works very well. Another sound that I will use with the copycat, I said dotted eighth, hold on, is actually just another whole note. Actually, is that a whole note? Let me go to my cheat sheet. Yeah, whole note. And they work well together. You get the two sounds. You get the clean sound from the DD20 mixed in with the distorted delay sound of the copycat, and you get they just work. It adds a level of texture there that you can't get from a lot of stuff. But one thing that I like to do, let's go back here and get back down on my knees. If I go to analog, tone, and if I'm doing whole notes here, sometimes I will do, what is that? That's a, hold on, let me get my cheat sheet again. A quarter note triplet is what that is. And you get a galloping delay from the DD20 and then a regular delay from the alter ego. And that's just a great way to, to add a little bit of texture. If you want to get really funky with it, go to a dotted eighth delay. And this is, I want to say this is an echoplex. Don't quote me on that. I just want to say that's what setting I have there. It gets messy, and it gets messy fast, but you can get some cool stuff out of it. Just so you know, I went to my bridge pickup there. So that's how I would use the quarter note triplet. Again, really, you just they have to work with each other. Sometimes I'll make it so that they actually fight against each other. So a good example of that would be here when I go to an eighth note and combine it with a dotted eighth note. Actually, this is the wrong example. This is another galloping type of delay. Let me my tempo, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So for a faster song, if you want to have galloping delays, but you don't necessarily want to use a whole note, you can use an eighth note. So the repeats happen twice as fast as a quarter note, but they still gallop well with the eighth note. Now, if I go into an eighth note triplet, which is here, this is when you start to get kind of a fighting type sound. But the repeats from the DD20 are so close together, it really doesn't do anything. So instead, what I will do is, that is a half note. So this is the dotted quarter note with the eighth note delay. And they just kind of lag behind. This type of sound is actually really good for ambient stuff. So let me throw my Hall of Fame with my an RV5 type S preset that I made. Now, if I was to use that sound on its own, it would sound like. If I had to mimic the tape delay sound from the DD20, this is what I would do. I would use a quarter note delay on, a dotted eighth note delay on one delay pedal, and then I would use a dotted quarter note delay on the other. Because they just gallop in a very similar fashion. Not the same, but obviously similar. And it works. So those are really all the different tempos that I use. I know it's not much, but I told you I'd show you. So that's that. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, so have fun.